I was cleaning out my late grandma's house. When I found a locked room, she never let anyone enter. What I discovered inside completely changed everything I thought I knew about her. I never thought stepping into grandma's house again would feel like walking into a memory I'd never been fully part of. The key turned in the rusty lock with a reluctant creak, as if the house itself had been holding its breath, waiting for me. The smell hit me immediately. Old wood, faint lavender, and a hint of something else I couldn't quite place, like forgotten afternoons folded between the pages of a diary. I had been here countless times as a kid, but now, walking through the front door alone, it felt different. Hollow, yet alive with echoes of her laughter. The house hadn't changed much. The same floral wallpaper in the hallway, a few framed photographs slightly askew on the walls, and the familiar creak of the floorboards under my feet. But it felt heavier now, weighty, like it was full of secrets that were waiting, just waiting for someone to notice. I set my bag down by the door and let myself breathe in the memories. Grandma had been grandma. Warm, funny, and maybe a little strange at times. She had a way of knowing things without being told, and she could tell stories like nobody else. I smiled at the memory of her telling me, as a kid, that a squirrel had been spying on me from the oak tree outside my window. I had believed her completely. I started in the living room, dusting off stacks of books that had been left undisturbed for years. The shelves were crowded with curios, small figurines from places I didn't recognize, delicate glass animals, and a porcelain doll or two that gave me the shivers even now. I ran my fingers across a photo frame, paused. It was Grandma, in her younger days, standing beside a man I didn't recognize. He wasn't a family member I knew. I frowned. There was something almost deliberate in how the photo was placed, like she wanted someone to notice it eventually. I moved to the kitchen next, careful not to knock over the mismatched mugs she always insisted were her good ones, despite the chips on their edges. I opened drawers and cabinets, sifting through utensils and old spice jars, some still half full. A letter caught my eye, folded neatly, tucked behind the bread box. I hesitated, then opened it. The handwriting was hers, elegant, looping, but the contents were vague. Mentions of meeting someone, needing to be careful. Things she couldn't talk about. My heart picked up. I put the letter down, a knot forming in my stomach. Grandma had always been private. Yes, but this was something different. By mid-afternoon, I had made my way to the attic. The stairs groaned under my weight, and I shivered, partly from the chill, partly from the eerie quiet. Dust motes floated in the sunlight, streaming through the small window. I found old trunks and boxes, each one a little time capsule. A stack of photo albums made me pause. Flipping through them, I saw faces I remembered and some I didn't. Strange, candid shots, almost as if someone had been documenting moments without anyone realizing. I noticed a recurring symbol on a few of the photos, faintly etched in pencil. A mark I didn't recognize, but it unsettled me more than I could explain. I spent hours moving boxes and cleaning surfaces, and that's when I noticed it, the door in the basement. I had seen it 100 times before as a kid, tucked behind an old wardrobe and half hidden by shadows. It had always been locked, always. And Grandma's voice echoed in my memory. Never touch this room. Some things aren't meant to be seen. I swallowed hard. There was something about the door that felt alive, like it was daring me to come closer. I glanced around to make sure I was alone. I forced myself to move on for the moment, descending the narrow basement stairs to start on the lower level. Old furniture, covered in sheets, gave the space a ghostly feel. Stacks of boxes filled with knickknacks, letters, and what looked like her old journals cluttered the corners. I ran my fingers along the dusty surfaces, careful not to disturb anything too much. Then my eyes caught a glimpse